We're going to Anna from Brigham City, first-time caller on line 4. Anna, you're on Heart of the Matter. Anna?
Hello, Shawn. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to ask you something. From a Jewish perspective, I'm kind of curious because I hear the Mormons always say that the Jews and Mormons have so much in common, but I don't see what they have in common. I think that Mormonism and Islam are actually I think that they have more in common than any other religion. You know, Mormonism and Islam are kind of similar. What do you think?
I think you are exactly right, Anna. I think that Mormons love to compare the LDS faith to Judaism, and they just love to think that they too are a chosen people, and that is part of their whole buildup, is that they are now carrying forward as God's chosen people. Not that the Jews have lost being the chosen people. It's not replacement theology, but it's this idea that they too now are the chosen ones. They use the Old Testament a little bit more than a Christian would, in terms of how they rely on law. And so they see themselves that way. Family is important to them. They believe in success, in training their children to be successful. And sometimes Christians don't necessarily do it, so they see it in that way. And because Christians don't care if their kids are great worldly successes, they just want them to know the Lord, many of them. And then the biggest one is their temple. And somehow, because Jews go to temple today, and because there were temples in the Old Testament, the Mormons love to say we are just like the Jews.
But there's
go
no
ahead.
Similarity.
What's that?
That there is no similarity. To me, Mormonism and Islam are so similar because they both have their own prophet, and their own book, and no alcohol, and they actually used to slit your throats in the 1800s called the blood atonement.
Yeah.
And to me, their own prophet, and then the women. I just don't see any similarity between Judaism and Mormonism, but I see the similarities in Islam and Mormonism, and they actually boast about, Brigham Young would boast about how he admires the Muslims, and so I just want to say that from a Jewish perspective, I do not see any similarities between Mormonism and Judaism at all.
Really good to hear from you, Anna. Thank you for sharing that with us. I hope that gets more people to think about that statement that the LDS love to pass around.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Another one which I failed to mention when we did the comparison and contrast between Mormonism and Islam was polygamy. Islam still believes in polygamy, and so do Mormons, based on their doctrine in 132. So even that is another similarity. So she's right on with that.